Here we go. Today I'm going to do something quite unusual. I will be starting a project from scratch. Basically, this is the cover of my next music album, and I want to keep this one as raw as possible. So basically, I'm recording using Zoom, and at the end of this possibly 1 hour session, I want to make sure that I will basically save the video as it is without touching anything and just share it. And I start from a black canvas actually, and this canvas that I have in front of me is a 1000 by 1000, which is a square ratio, and it's going to be the cover of my album, which I've already named Anima Ricaricata. Anima Ricaricata means recharged soul. And so anima, the first word is soul in Italian, A-N-I-M-A. And the second word is ricaricata, which means recharge. And I found this word quite interesting because it's got a repetition of R-I-C-A and again R-I-C-A-T-A. And then I will have to have my name onto it. So this is just pure brainstorming. Generally, I go on Splash and have a look at pictures, but today, because I have a very strong title, or strong in a sense that I know exactly what I want, I don't want to change it. So I'm going to start typing here Anima Ricaricata, and this is my Suitcase Fusion, so that I usually test my fonts here, and I type at the bottom here. Usually what I do, I type it in uppercase, and then I make a few spaces and I type it in lowercase. So Anima Ricaricata, and then I type it again with first letter uppercase, Ricaricata, and then I go through a few fonts. Sometimes I already have an idea of the font that I want to use, but generally I just jump in my folders and see if there is anything that gets my attention. And so the purpose of this video, in fact, is to share with you my creative process. So let's see. I know pretty much what type of mood I'd like to have, which I would like to have something very plain. So I will tend to avoid fonts like this one. And let me show a little bit closer. I want to avoid fonts like this one with too many decorations or too thick. I like something, or more. I hate to use the word simple when I do design, because obviously everyone wants things simple. Nobody wants to get chaotic design. But I don't want to also be too banal or too simple. Like Helvetica is a bit too overused. Maybe 15, 20 years ago, 20 years ago, I would have used it still, but nowadays probably I want something less recognizable among the community of designers. Otherwise, they will jump at me immediately, recognizing that it's indeed Helvetica. Also, I don't particularly fancy fonts like this one. I mean, if I were to use something like this one here called Hemi, it's very unique. Perhaps the uppercase could get me towards the type of feeling that I might want to convey, especially the fact that it's slightly italic. But the only thing that I'm not really fully convinced is that here you see I got this letter R that basically has gotten that pattern that become very obvious if I repeat it too many times. Similarly is for the lowercase. So where is it? There it is. Similar for the lowercase, the A become too recognizable and too repeated. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letter A. And in the uppercase version, there is that very recognizable R that is repeated twice. And perhaps I could write on something like this. Let me give it a quick try. Okay, it's selecting it ways too many fonts. I just want to select this one. Okay, because my Helvetica is always on by default. Okay, so this is called Hemi. And so I try to type Ricaricata, and then make it into this font, Hemi, and then see where it brings me. Yeah, this is totally brainstorming. Okay, I kind of like the feeling. I want to see how it looks like stretched from one side to the other. It bothers me that it doesn't end in a vertical line, because then I could have let it end here on the edge. No, that letter A really doesn't get me interested as I thought. Another idea could be to split it into 3 lines, I guess. So Ricata, because there is that thing repeating. So very important adjustment for fonts is to change this one, the kerning. By default is always auto, so I change from auto to optical. And this one makes just a small change between the letters, but basically what it does, it's to visually make the fonts more harmonic. And so the distance between the boxes of the letters is based on the shape of the letter, not on the box itself. What I'm talking about, let me explain. So let's imagine that I have a letter L into this box, and then next to the letter L, I'm going to have a letter M, and the letter M is obviously larger. And then following the letter M, let's say I have a letter I, which is very small, and then following the letter I, I've got a letter O, which is a square. So if this was L, M, I, O for whatever reason, the visual of these boxes will be composed this way in the automatic way. But if I change it to optical, it doesn't care about the squares, the boxes where the letters are included. It will basically even allow for overlapping or for larger spacing, so that all the letter looks more harmonic. So it basically ignores the size of the boxes and just focus on the letters. Long explanation to say that basically each of these letters is contained into a box, and when they are set to auto, they are displayed one box after another. But then once you change it to optical, these letters, okay, I'm referring to these letters, they will be re-harmonized based on how they look, basically based on the content of those boxes, not the boxes themselves. Okay, so remove the boxes. It was just for illustration purpose. Then align it to the middle, and then reduce drastically the vertical spacing, the line height. And this could be quite interesting, actually, the fact that there is Ricata, these two words are the same. It could be even a right alignment just for something, because I have the 3A, AAA, so it'll be a Ricata. This is quite interesting. I should probably check it out with other fonts as well. And so I jump back into my font manager, see if I can find something more boxy, so that I don't have to be bothered by the slanted right side of the letter A. Let's see if there is anything that gets my attention. I want something boxy. Seems not easy. Find the box font. Now this could be quite interesting. Ministerial. Oh, definitely is not the type of font that I want. I was just looking at the letter A with the vertical ending. So M-I-N. Yes, there you go. Oof. Okay, so first of all, I need to make it smaller, and then I need to increase the vertical spacing. Yeah, I could see something interesting in the 3-letter A, one on top of the other, but this CCT is terrible, and the font itself is actually terrible. I want something more lines, based, boxy in a way, like there are not so many curves, but basically I'm looking at the letter A to end with a vertical line. Yeah, this one has it, but it's a terrible, terrible font. When I say terrible, it's not just my personal opinion. It's just like, it's the difference between readability and legibility. And legibility, it's the ability to see the whole word as one. Like, you have no idea what is this one, right? Until you really analyze one character at a time. That is the readability. So readability is one character at the time. You can recognize them, yes or no. Legibility is, can you make sense of the whole word, without spending too much time? Is it fast to recognize? So there are fonts that are very readable and not very legible, and some other fonts that they are the other way around. So very legible but not very readable. Actually, not so common. The former example I made is more common indeed. So even this font, you see, for example, this font I think is not very legible, because it looks pretty much all a oval, repeated. All the fonts look the same, so I don't know at a glance what it says until I go and read one character at a time. So I have to depend on the readability of the fonts and not on the legibility of the word as a whole. I came across this font before. I think it's got something interesting, especially when it comes with letter A's, letter N and M. So in this case, I will be looking at this one more from A, N, and M. So the word anima would work better, anima. And this one is Mr. with NY, Mr. There you go. Okay, so this one looks quite interesting. It's got all the hexagon thing going on. But I think the interesting part about this font, but not really about the font, about the word, is that you see it goes from bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Looks like there is a pattern there that I could use. See, it looks like kind of a wave form, or mountains even. Let's see if I have a font called Wave or some, no, not this type of waves for sure. Wave. Generally, fonts tend to have a name that identifies them based on what they are going to represent. So let's try energy, if there is anything about energy. This is another font with very terrible legibility. It's impossible to read it in one quick moment. You really have to go and check one by one all the characters. Okay, this one's sui generis. Yeah, this Latin actually is a Latin word, which means a general font, a general thing. Sui generis. It's okay. It's got a little bit too cartoonish look that I'm not particularly fond of. Let's try to search something related to electric. Let's see if there is any electric. Electra. Okay, this one could be something to keep in mind. It's a large font family with many characters in it. And unfortunately, the lowercase is not super interesting. And the uppercase, this one is quite interesting. Electra bold display. Electra bold display. So Anima Ricaricata. Electra bold display. Let's go and call the font troubled. Let's play Anima Ricaricata. Let's try to get rid of some of these for a moment and bring this one in. Anima Ricaricata. You know, it will probably look better if it was smaller and it has a lot, and it had a lot of space between letters. So to do it quickly, I'm going to do Option on my keyboard and then arrow right increase this value here, the tracking between characters. And so I want to make it center aligned and then have a massive tracking between letters. Okay, something like this. Anima Ricaricata. The moment I increase the tracking, then it becomes less legible though, because then it's difficult to tell if it's one word or more than one word. Anima Ricaricata, which kind of, I'm okay with that. I could even try to remove the extra space because I like it to roll out in one breath, like for an English speaking, probably not, but in Italian it's quite, Anima Ricaricata is kind of harmonic. It'll be something like this. Let me try some, okay, so once I get into a font that could have some potential, what I usually do is test the negative version. So I make a black background and I bring this one forward and then I make it white. Oops, let's go. All the way to the front. Anima Ricaricata. Okay, let's see how it looks like. Okay, it loses a bit of character, I think. If I compare the negative version with the positive version, positive being a white background and black font, I think the one on the left, the white background, looks more sophisticated than the one on the right. The one on the right, it's more of something for anonymity. Anyway, I'm not particularly fond of what I'm doing now, so I think I'm gonna delete them and go back to where I started. I'd like to keep in mind this Anima Ricaricata as an idea where Rica and Rica is repeated twice, and also this other idea of a up, down, up, down, up, down, zigzag line. Ah, zigzag, yeah, probably I could try something zigzag. Maybe I could make my own font. I don't need to, at least for the word anima, it could be interesting if I make one line using the pen tool and then give it some stroke, remove the fill, and then I'll go into effects, and then I take distort, transform, zigzag. Now, how many ridges do I need? So, first of all, I might want to have it more vertical like this. So the size of each ridge is 70 pixels. Oops, not absolute. And then how many do I need? So if this is a letter, the first one is a letter A, and then I need, how many do I need for the N? I could use up, down, up is an N, and then this one is a I, and then is a M, and then is a A. Okay, tentatively, let me give it a try first. Okay, two things I want to do. So first of all, I want to keep one line for the letter A to be in the middle. And so I could duplicate this layer, which I will do with simply Command C, Command F. So I've got two of them, one on top of the other. And then the one on top, if I go to Window and Appearance, where are you? Appearance, Window, Appearance, Window, Appearance. Oh, okay, I didn't see the panel. Let me stick it here so that I can find it later if I need it again. So the first effect here is a zigzag. I delete that effect zigzag for the one on top. There are two of them, right? Both of them have the zigzag applied. I remove the one on top. And there you go. So now I basically have the vertical line. Let me go a bit closer. And so I'm going to take the, I guess, the scissor, which shortcut is C, yeah, the scissor. And I'm going to cut here. So it's going to look like a letter A. And I'm going to cut again over here. Okay, so I can remove the leftover here. I can remove the other leftover here and the other one here. So now I got Anima Ricaricata. Okay, I need to remove also the first part of the zigzag. So in this case, though, because the path below has got an effect applied, I need to go to Object and then Expand Appearance. So now it's no longer a effect, as you can see here from the Appearance panel. It's no longer an effect. Is just the final shape of the stroke. And so now I can take again the scissor tool, remove this last part since I don't need it. I just need Anima. Okay, so I got the A and the A, I got the N already correct. I need to do something for the letter N. And my idea, and I might be wrong on this one, I need to redo it again. My idea was to have something like this. Anima. So I need to cut also this one. Okay. Anima. Anima. Okay. And then have a continuation of this path. So how do I continue this path? So I can pop up the rulers, get the rulers. Oh, okay. I got a problem here. The problem is that if I place the ruler on the tip of the letter I and the letter N, I got an extra space sticking out from the other letters. So in that case, I'll need to work with the stroke, cap and corner. Let's see what happens if I use a projected cap. Okay, this one fixes the problem pretty much. But then I also have to use a bevel join. So if I were to do this, okay, now they are all at the same height, with the first cap being a butt cap and the corner being a bevel join. Now they are all aligned, but it doesn't look great, frankly. Let's see with the rounded. Okay, rounded's got something there, quite interesting. Rounded's got something interesting. Okay, let me extend this one. I want to make the dot on the letter I. So I take this segment, copy, whoops, copy, and paste with F. Yeah, paste with F, it means to me copy, paste in place. I think it's paste in place. No, paste in front, Command F. Yeah, I do it so automatically that I forgot the name of it. So I have now two letter I, and this little segment, I want to extrude it out so it snaps there, and then shorten it like this. Anima. Okay, I kind of like where I'm heading, but I'm not really fond of the big gaps here. They're too obvious, but I'll keep it for a while. And perhaps usually when I want to keep it for a while, to me means I select it all, and then I group it, and then I kick it out of the canvas. And then every now and then I go back and check what I've done before. So just to make sure that if I had something good, I can call it back and continue working on it. But I want to work on another version of this now. And so I'm going to go on to, again, the pen tool, and then I make a horizontal line. Perhaps I want to try to do it a bit bigger this time, a bit more chubby. And then I'm going to apply, again, effects and zigzag. Okay, I think I kind of like it bigger this way. But maybe one thing that I want to change is that I want to make it more symbolic and not so accurate as typography. And so maybe the idea could be, maybe the idea could be, so 1 second, yeah, I just want to make sure that, okay. So maybe the idea for this one could be that instead of having A and then down, up for the letter N, I just have a symbolic letter N with only up and down, like a cursive kind of. And then I got the I, where I keep also the both legs of the letter I, and then M, and then A. In that case, I think I need less ridges. Let's see, yeah. This I think is upside down now. Yes, that's correct. It's just upside down. I just need to rotate it. Okay. And then I make a copy of it like I did before. For the line in the middle. Actually, I don't really need that line. I could do a brand new line at a different height. Perhaps I place it here. And then I center these two things together. And then, okay, but it can't be so long because the stroke is too thick. It could be just slightly outside. It actually looks nice. Slightly outside like this. And so the one on top, I need to convert the object. So object, expand appearance. And the one below, I need to cut it again with the scissors. One cut here and one cut here only this time, not the two cuts. Okay, so we got Anima. Okay, this is quite interesting because if I make it chubby like this, then I could have a circle on top of the letter I, and I use the shortcut L on the keyboard to do an ellipse. I kind of like the look of it. Kind of like the look of it. Maybe slightly bigger dot on the I. Okay, let's keep it for a second. Group and push it out. Also want to see how it looks like when it's smaller. Okay, not super legible, but metaphorical. I kind of like it. It looks like mountains. And maybe this one could be the sun even. Maybe this could be, I got an idea. Maybe I could make it on a round line. So it looks like the mountains around the world. Let's see how it looks like. So instead of starting from a straight line this time, I start from a circle and then I cut with the scissors at the junctions here. And I remove the part below. And now I apply the zigzag to this one. And the zigzag is too high. I want to make it shorter. And then how many segments do I need? A, N, I, M, A. That's it. 6. Yeah, 6 segments. And then make the weight thicker. And nice. It's quite interesting. Okay, let's see what I can do with this one. So I take the same round, half a circle, copy and paste in front, and then I throw away the zigzag so that I have the line for the letter A. Nice, it looks like mountains around the world. And then I take this segment, the one that I have already applied the zigzag, and okay, this is the one. And then I go to object and expand appearance, and then I'm gonna cut this one. Whoops, I'm gonna cut this one, and I'm going to cut this one here. So now we have the need to cut again. I want to try to cut right in concomitance of the letter A, so that, ta-da! Oh, this is nice. This is nice. The only thing is that I probably need to make everything round cat and round join at the corners. Cute, I like it. And then with the letter L, I make an ellipse right above the letter I. Kind of interesting, kind of interesting. Looks like a bit like Lisa Simpson's here, but I would like to see what happened now. I don't need this canvas anymore, this artboard anymore. I'd like to see what happened now if I squeeze inside a Ricaricata. Kind of interesting, kind of interesting. There is obviously a big discrepancy between the fonts, inverted commas, quote unquote, because the one on top is no longer a font. It's kind of a symbolic font. Okay, I think I'm getting to something. And let me just save it. Maybe I want to have this one bigger, which will be the one that makes the two seem more part of the same idea. Anima Ricaricata. Okay, let's group it, make it smaller, park it somewhere, and I can do. I'm going to try to do some coloring actually for this one. I'm imagining this one like it could be a sunrise or a sunset. So maybe I could try to, first of all, make it black and white and see if the negative version works better than the positive version. So let's make everything, I can't make everything white. I have to first make this font white. And then this one also has got a fill white. And then this one, and this one, they got a white stroke. Okay. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work. But what if instead of black, I use another color, let's say orange. Let's see what we get with orange. All right. Okay, orange could go well with yellow. And as you can see, at the beginning, I'm lazy. I don't want to spend too much time picking a specific type of yellow. I just pick the one from the default library. Then if I need to fine tune, I can fine tune later. Okay, that's what we have now. Yellow on orange, but there is still too much difference between the thickness of the font for Ricaricata and the thickness of the font for Anima. Looks like Anima is not even there. It doesn't even look like a word. So what can I do with that? Should I check if there is another font that I can use? Maybe something like this one, Porsche. Let's see with Porsche. Okay, now they seem to be pretty much the same size. There could be something interesting here. All righty, let's position it a bit better. I think I need to swap the colors actually. So when I want to, so it will be a lot of work now to swap the colors. Not a lot of work, but too many steps because I need to change the fill color for Ricaricata and for the dot, the stroke color for Anima, and the fill color for orange. So when I'm lazy like this, I just select the two of them, all of them, and then I'll use the recolor artwork, and then I just, whoops. And then from the recolor artwork, I'll click on advanced options, edit, and then I move these independently. Remove the link between the two of them so that I can move them independently, fully independently. So I want to try is to swap yellow and orange. Oh no, definitely not. What if it's a bit more reddish? Yeah, it could be red and orange or red and yellow. or a warmer version of it. Warmer but desaturated, like this one. Actually, this one I don't dislike it. It could be quite interesting. Let's see what happens if I swap them. It feels empty unless I take this one, copy paste, I make it smaller, and I add a sort of a frame around it, something like this. Okay. I'm getting to something. I need to remember I need to also have my name on this one because it's my music album. So let's see how it looks like if I add my name there. No, this font. No. Bad idea. Very bad idea using this font. I really don't like it. I like the color combination quite a bit. Let's see if there are other options that could be quite interesting. So again, recolor artwork, edit. Then let's see if we can do something with teal, for example. Bluish, blue and blue. Nah, it really loses a lot of energy. No, cancel. Okay. Let's keep this one here for a second. Let's go back to what I had here, which was this Anima. So this one looks quite cool. How was the Ricaricata in this font? Oh, such a pity. That letter T is terrible. No, not really terrible. It's actually quite clever. They made it like an hexagon, like following the theme. No, I think I'm not particularly fond of this one. So let me scale it down smaller. Let's see if it fits somewhere with the hexagon pattern. No. It overlaps everywhere. There are too many letters I. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay, so let's park it somewhere. Okay, I'm going to make a copy of this art board. And I'm going to start again with, you know what I could do here? Okay, first of all, I need to change the font for sure. This font doesn't work. This font is the main problem now. The problem I have is that I need a font that is made of vertical lines, and the letter A, it's very rare to have one or two vertical lines. So in this case, Porsche has two vertical lines for the letter A. Left and right are vertical lines, but it's so rare to find another font with both. Oh, look, I just mentioned this is a pixelated version. This one's called Knowledge. Knowledge. Oops. No, it's too pixelated. Doesn't work at all. Okay, nothing much. I think I need to go back to the drawing board and change something. The idea of having the mountains, the word anima, wrapping around Ricaricata, it looks great from aesthetic perspective. I think the fact that there is a circle over three lines, like forget about the font that I've chosen. What I mean is that the idea of having something like this, back to black. And so the idea of having something like this with a cut here and a cut there, with a block of text here, so Rica, and then again Rica, which is exactly the same, and Ta below, which is shorter. I like this visual composition quite a lot. but somehow I don't get it to work because simply I don't have a font that can work well with the letter A. And despite this one is probably the best option that I've seen so far out of the fonts, because all letters are the same size, quite blocky, so they all look the same. I got a big problem with the last line because it's obviously much thinner, although it's much better than the other font that I tried before, because remember I had a problem with CCT and this T is not aligned. Here IIT are very well aligned. CCA is aligned, but then I'm sacrificing the AAA alignment. Seems like I can't find the right balance for it. And if I do it this way, CCT works well, RI is nice. Kind of lose this nice balance that I like a lot. So when I'm in this type of dilemma and I'm stuck and I don't know what else I want to do, generally I try to drop the idea for a second, work on something completely different, and then go back to it later and see if it still holds appeal on me. But generally, I like this composition. I like this idea. It might not work for a font, I guess, or okay. Let me do something completely different now, so I'm not influenced by this at all. Remove everything. And I'm going to start again from a line and not so thick. Do 20 pixels. And then zigzag again, go back to there. And let's edit this zigzag. Maybe I could try with a smooth path. Nice, actually. It gives the idea of the energy waves more than with the corners, because corners is like too much of ECG or mountains, and this one is more like music wave. I kind of, yeah, it's the cover for our music album, so probably makes more sense this way. Yeah, I think I'll do it this way. I want to try to make this one shorter, the size of the ridges. I need more ridges. Okay, this is just nice. Over. Okay. Well, okay, let's see where it brings me. So Anima, and then I need to copy and paste and remove zigzag so that I have the line for this one. I think it's a bit too thick. I can do it a bit smaller. Not so small, maybe, yeah, maybe just like this. Yeah, just like this. And then let's cut. I need to convert the zigzag to an object. So, and then I get my scissors and start cutting. Okay, the letter A is already cut. And then I can remove this little segment at the end. And then let's go back to cut the other segment. Cut once here, once here, once here, and once here. Remove this part, remove this part, remove this part. Anima, Anima. Then with the letter L, I'm gonna make. Actually, it looks nice with the stroke better than the fill. I think so. Yeah, it's probably more in line if I use the stroke. Cool. Nice. I like it in a line. So if I make it in a line like this, then if I make it in a line like this, I think I want to squeeze it a little bit, but leave the sun or the moon, whatever it is, out of it for a second and just squeeze it to make the mountain slightly higher, and then position this one on top of this one. So it's the letter I, Anima. Kind of cute. Let me see compared to the others that I've done before. Oh yeah, it's definitely got a better feeling, a softer feeling than this one. Kind of like this one. Then I need to write Ricaricata below. Ricaricata. Push doesn't work. No, not this font for sure. Let's try to start from something super simple like Helvetica and see. Oh, I am getting to something now. A bit of tracking in between. Let's try with post-grotesque. Post-grotesque. I think I like it. I think I like it. I just want a smaller font and more spacing between the letters. Something like this. Cool. I kind of like the idea because then I can also use this one for my name below. Smaller. Cool. I like the look. And probably let's try the negative version. See how it looks like. Whoops. So there's going to be a lot of changes to do here to make it negative. So first we do the black background, and then pick my name, pick the word Ricaricata, make them white, and then go in editing mode for this one. These are all, actually no, they're all strokes, so it should be quite straightforward. Okay. Nice, 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 nice. I love it. Okay, I'm getting to something I really like. Very nice. Let's compare to what I've done. Oof, no comparison. I'm gonna delete this one. I don't want to see this anymore. Very nice. Very nice. I don't need, okay, let's keep these. I still like this one quite a lot. I don't need this font anymore. I definitely don't need this version anymore. I still like a bit these, so I want to keep them as a reserve. But this one so far is the one that I like the most. Let's try with different colors, see how it turns out. Let's make another copy of this one and zoom in. Then select it all and recolor artwork. And then I'm gonna take the advanced options, edit, and then this one we make it why are you not changing? Because you're white and black. So I'm gonna assign around, oh, because I'm changing the stroke, is it? Is it selected or what? Oh, maybe it's not selected. Simple, yeah, simply it was not selected. Okay, so stroke, let's make it something contrasting, pink and pink. Okay, this one's going to be a stroke. So select them and now recolor artwork. And now remove the link between the two of them. Let's start. Oh, so lovely. So lovely. Okay, this is one version definitely I want to keep for a while. Then let's make another version. Again, recolor artwork. I'm going to pick this time, let's say, the beginning I made a red and orange, right? Let's see. Or yellow and orange with more saturation. No, it doesn't work. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. See, because the thing is that I want to convey a sense of recharged, but this is dull. This is really dull. Doesn't work, actually. I think the one that works, unless I take this one and try to make it red. Let's see if this one gives it more persona, character. Okay, quite interesting, but plain. Unless I take a picture. And I try to use a picture as a background. That could be an option, actually. So let me go into Unsplash or a pattern. Or a pattern like this one. Okay, Clark Varder Bacon. Let's see if you have any. Oh, you got nice architectural shots and textures. I think this is in Sweden, is it? Is the train station in Stockholm? This one is a nice pattern. The problem is that I'm sticking to blue. Oh, this one is lovely. Absolutely lovely. I think I can squeeze the words. This one will work well with the other. Remember the design I was using, this font. This font here will look great with this picture, actually. It would. But I'm not particularly fond of the word Ricaricata, and also I need to write my name. Let's see how it comes out. Now, the problem is that the more I add text in this font, the least interesting this becomes. If I had only one word, it's nice, but then as I start adding, then it loses the novelty effect. So back to, no, I need to look for something about energy, for example. Energy. This is a nice picture. Yeah, here I could have the word anima that goes around, and then Ricaricata next to the bolt. Interesting. Or how about a bulb with Anima Ricaricata on it? Problem is the ratio. I need to make it squared. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. So file and place and pick this picture here. Just huge. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna make it smaller. I'm gonna place it in the middle of this canvas here. Let's see if I can place it at the back. Oh, okay. Command F. Oh, interesting. Interesting indeed. So I need another square, copy, paste it in front, and then clip it, Command 7 to clip it. And then it looks great. I love it. I love it. But maybe this one has to be white. It doesn't have to be red anymore. Right. Or even yellow. Maybe the same yellow as this one. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, right. So I'm going to make a square and see if I can sample a color from the picture. Let's sample it from here. Okay, and now this one, sample from this one, which is this hexadecimal. I think it's too pale, frankly. Yeah, it's too pale. It loses visibility. I think it's because I needed to scale down this one quite a bit to bring it inside the bulb. And so now it's too small. So I got a problem with my name here. I can fix the problem with my name. Below here, maybe more below. There is no margin. And I don't want to make it too big. What if I wrap it around? Align right. Oh, no. Actually, now that I jumped unintentionally from here to here, I far prefer the white version of it. Maybe not so white. It could be maybe a bit grayish. Let's see how it is if I apply some gray at the back. But it gives it that simplicity. Everything becomes so simple if I make it white. Okay, let's imagine it a bit grayish. A bit more grayish. Nice. Actually, what if I play with, I always loved orange and gray together. Not so dark. Like this. No. I'm losing it. It looks nice when it's black on white. That's when it looks nice. I shouldn't lose that. So I need to look into pictures with a lot of white. Pictures with white, pictures with white. What can be white? There's something, let's see, like music. Let's see if there is anything with white background. Oh, nice. Oh, so nice. This one with the cassette tape. But it's a bit too much of a cliche to write on it. Yeah, but I would love to have something super simple like this. Let me show you what I have in mind. If I place this one on the back, how does it look like? This one, arrange, right click, select, send to back. Cool. I like the idea. I like the idea a lot. So something like this. It's a little bit too in the middle. Oh, definitely, I like it more than this one. Let me get rid of this one. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm getting to something really nice. Really nice. Okay, let's see if I can find another picture that has a similar mood, look and feel, or mood, like simple, white on white, or just a detail of something on white. Okay, these have to be centered. It's not centered at the moment. Okay. So nice. It's a bit dark, maybe the gray, or maybe the object. Maybe the object doesn't have to be white. If I have white over white, doesn't look great. Okay, not enough music cassettes. So listen to music. Let's see. This one looks so cool. This one looks so cool. Francesco Antonio Giovanelli is an Italian guy, by the way. That would be really nice, actually, to have the picture of an Italian dude as the cover of my album. Let's see. I think I'm getting to something really, really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. This is super. I love it so much. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love this one. I think I got my cover. Yes. Let me use this one to clip. There you go. I don't need anything else. I think I'm done. Oh, fine, fine. That's really good. Yeah, it's got so much more character than this one. I love it. Yeah, let's see if it's the final. Yeah, approved. Well done. Bravo, Stefano. I love it. Very, very, very well done. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you have any questions, type it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And the reason why I was quiet for a while is because I think it was a couple of years ago there was a change in the algorithm, and so basically there was no more incentive for me to make videos. But so now I'm not doing them for the monetization. I'm doing them just for fun. So you won't see many tutorials, but doing something like this, I kind of enjoyed it. Perhaps I could do it again in future when next time I need to do some design. So thank you for watching. Bye.